I believe we need the dirt.
You start with a couple of handfuls, then pour in some water,
Make sure you get more dirt.
and you know what you end up with.
Now mix up all the mud.
A real hands-on experience for these grade 5 kids at Westmount Charter School.
Try to get it to like a soupy texture.
And there's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
We're making electricity out of just dirt.
A project led by 2 older students at the school,
Squeeze out all the water.
brothers Aaron and Justin Tan,
This wire is opposite to this green one.
creating some very green energy.
We have a microbial fuel cell. It uses like the bacteria in the soil to generate electricity.
We take an MFC. It's like a really good way to get energy. Like in the future, we might be able to use it for houses. The red LED should be on 5. You could use it as like a renewable source of energy, just like wind turbines or hydroelectric dams. Take this wire and put it through this one hole.
Their teacher says the kids are learning some important lessons here.
I really like to make sure that the students understand that this is their one earth to be on. And so just having that opportunity to give back to the earth is really important, especially at this young age.
After you put it in, you have to push.
Yeah, something like this can even generate electricity from like food waste after dinner.
Put in the motherboard.
NASA is actually looking into this for their space travel. So that was kind of amazing.
Yeah, you guys are like pros at this.
Thanks.
Gil Tucker, Global News.
Thank you, Mr. Gil Tucker and Global News Calgary. That was a fantastic introduction to our challenge. Justin, I was hooked onto the interview the whole time. Mr. Tucker always covers the best stories.
You're right, Aaron. We should nominate Mr. Tucker for the best news reporter of the year. I know that I'll be watching the news more often. Hello, everyone. Over the next few minutes, please allow us to elaborate further on what you just watched in the video. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Justin Tan, and I'm a grade 8 student.
And I'm Aaron Tan, a student in grade 10. Together, we ran the first Microbial Fuel Cell Challenge, or MSC Challenge for short, at our school, Westmount Charter Mid-High School. The microbial fuel cell, or MFC, is an interesting technique to produce clean electricity from bacteria. These bacteria can be found in many places, including the normal garden soil in everyone's backyard.
We often get asked about why we are doing this challenge. To do that, we need to go back a couple of years. In 2019, our dad brought home one of these MFC kits, and I was so excited to build one. Here's the first MFC that I built, MFC number 1. It is still blinking after 3 whole years. The only thing that I had added over the last few years was water.
For me, I saw that NASA was actually looking into the use of MFCs to power future long-duration space travel. I'm an air cadet and also want to go into aerospace engineering, so this was super interesting to me. Our inspiration for this challenge came from a similar activity organized by Mr. Matteo Senin from the University of Calgary in 2020. We found it very enjoyable and inspiring.
Now, our goal with this year's MSC challenge was to encourage fellow mid-high school friends to take actions towards addressing climate change. We hope that through the challenge, we could generate greater interest in sustainable energy, especially the microbial fuel cell. We also wanted participants to have the opportunity to work in teams and help them hone their presentation skills.
Enough of that. Let's talk about the part that everyone really wants to know about, the fun activities.
Okay, this year, over 100 grade 5 students from 4 different grade 5 classes participated in the challenge. At the start, we prepared a very fun presentation to introduce the MFCs. For those who like comics, we have one too.
Then, on a bright and sunny day in February, we went to the school garden with Miss Ly's grade 5 class to dig up some soil. Here are a few photos of everybody enjoying this activity.
The next week, we started to build the MFCs. Some of these photos were taken from Global News as they wanted to watch us build it. On the left is Eric preparing the mud to use in the MFCs, and on the right, Nicholas is wiring the MFCs. Here we have a picture of Team Sushi winners after they completed their MFCs. Their happy faces reminded me of how I felt when I finished my first MFC.
Over the next 12 weeks, we did a lot of troubleshooting and started measuring the electricity production of each of the MFCs. Once they started blinking, the participants became even more excited. Some of the teams also started experimenting with different factors to try and increase the amount of electricity production. At the end of the challenge, we held a celebration to recognize the tremendous efforts and successes of the participants. The day before the activity, 20 of the 24 MFCs were blinking.
We started the celebration with the game modeled after the very popular game show Jeopardy! Now, I wanted to know the class of bacteria that could generate electricity, and this is what I saw. It was amazing to know that so many knew the answer and were so eager to share. However, I have a feeling that the prizes played a huge part too. We also handed out certificate of achievements to those who completed the challenge. Quentin came to receive his certificate with a pizza in his mouth.
The highlight of the evening was when the student teams shared what they had learned with everyone present. This included a panel of experts from both industry and academia. We originally set aside time for 12 teams to present, but 21 of the 24 teams wanted to do it. We also want to give a huge shout out to Alicia from Team Locked In on the right. None of her teammates were able to be there that day, but she still wanted to share the team's journey, so she bravely did it alone. She has all our respect.
Prizes were awarded to the teams that generated the highest amount of electricity or provided the most engaging presentations. These winning teams also kept their MFC units so members could take turns in taking it home to inspire their friends and family. The audience was so impressed with their efforts and enthusiasm. One of our sponsors even came up to us and said that they would be happy to sponsor us again for next year's challenge.
Here are some quotes that we got from the participants. Here's a quote from Bridget D. Creating this battery was kind of messy, but fun at the same time.
Victoria W. mentioned the importance of time and patience to generate electricity from soil.
Through this challenge, Zachary W. learned to expand his mindset and troubleshoot problems.
Team Glasses Gang learned that MFCs are super eco-friendly.
These are just a few of the many positive feedback that we received. We are so glad that the participants enjoyed the challenge and took away so much from it.
Each MFC kit costs around $60, so we had to do quite a bit of fundraising. We approached many organizations and individuals. In round 1, Peaks and Alberta Emerald Foundation provided very generous donations. Then, Nature's Ride and Mr. Mateo Sanin sponsored 9 MFC units in round 2. Finally, in round 3, Solar Club helped when we needed to up the prizes and food factors at the celebration. Altogether, we raised over $2,000 for this year's challenge.
This is twice what we were seeking initially. At the start, we catered for only 50 students. However, when all 4 grade 5 classes got to know about this, all the classes wanted to join, so we needed to purchase more MFC units. This way, teams are smaller and teams had more hands-on opportunity. We also want to thank all our sponsors. Without them, this year's challenge would not have been possible.
Now, we hope we did not give the impression that we did this all by ourselves, as that is far from the truth. We worked very closely with all the incredible grade 5 teachers in our school, especially Miss Heather Lai, along with Mademoiselle Briggs from the Eco Club, and Miss Crookshanks from the Science Club. Without their help, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this so smoothly.
So, what are our plans for the future? Next year, we are hoping to repeat and expand this challenge. We want to increase the number of participants and also involve other schools in Calgary and even all of Alberta. Of course, this is all dependent on the amount of funds that we can raise, though.
Our dream is that 10 years from now, we can see an MFC in every household, similar to how we see solar panels on the rooftops of many homes today. Not only are we able to generate electricity from food scraps after dinner, but even from our own poop.
Here is the website that we created, so please feel free to go into the website to get more information about the challenge. Apart from global news, we were also interviewed by Mr. Ted Henley from QR770 at CBC Calgary Eye Opener. The links to all these interviews are on their website. An Instagram that CBC Calgary posted after our interview has garnered over 1,000 likes. It would be great if we could hit 2,000 likes, so please make sure to like and share.
We would like to give a huge shout out to 10 Peaks for being our first sponsor. You helped to kickstart this year's challenge, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you!